It's a good morning to you all, our lovely viewers. I'm back again to your screens with another video, and today I would want us to talk about a very important topic, which is much of an essence to every snail farmer and all prospective snail farmers. Now, every farmer would love their snails to grow faster and bigger in no time. And in this video, I'll list some of the things or some of the factors that you can consider or you can do to let your snails grow faster and bigger in a short period of time. As we all know, snails are omnivores. So what it means is that they virtually eat everything they chance on. So you should be careful with what you feed your snails with. It can either help and boost in their growth, or it can give them a stunted growth. So you should be very careful when it comes to snails. Now, the first thing I would want to talk about is moringa leaves. Trust me, moringa leaves is a must that you should give your snails. Either you are practicing the pen system or the greenhouse or the free range system. Now, the moringa leaves contains a lot of proteins and minerals that helps or aids in the growth of your snails. It serves as a medicinal purpose for the snails and also helps in the growth of the snails. So moringa is very important when it comes to snails. Now, even dried moringa contain as much as 2 to 3 times the nutrients the fresh ones contain. So normally we advise people to stick to moringa because moringa is very good and it helps snails in their development. Now, another one I would also want to talk about is formulated feed. But for formulated feed, you should be very careful. Formulated feed helps in the growth of snails. It helps and it boosts their growth. It helps them grow faster. But you should be very careful because formulated feed is not their main feed. And now formulated feed should be given to your snails once a week. Once a week or at least twice in a week. You shouldn't let formulated feed be their main food because as you all know, snails are vegetarians and they rely mainly on leaves, and leaves should be their first call to action. Leaves should be their first or their first love or their first meal. Now formulated feed comes in only to supplement what they have eaten or what they eat. So formulated feed should be fed to the snails once or at least twice in a week. Kindly do not overdo this formulated feed because it can also lead to mortality in or death in your snail farm when you overdo, because it has rich nutrients in carbohydrates, and sometimes it becomes excess to the snails and it leads to death in snails. Now, another factor that I would want to talk about is pawpaw leaves. Now, pawpaw leaves contain a lot of nutrients, a lot of vitamins and proteins that also helps in the development and in the growth of your snails. So, pawpaw leaves is something that you should also try your best to give to your snails. I would also want to talk about calcium. Though calcium is not a feed, but it's very vital when it comes to snail farming. Kindly do not deprive your snails from calcium if you really want your snails to grow bigger and faster in no time. If you really love your snails, if you really want your snails to grow, kindly do not deprive them of calcium. There are a lot of means or a lot of ways you can get calcium or make calcium. So kindly just do not deprive your snails from calcium, because calcium helps in the development of their eggs and also helps in the growth of their shells. So calcium is very vital and very important. Now another point I would also want to highlight on is water leaf. In our local dialect it's called boko boko. Now water leaf is one of the favorite leaves that snails love. They love it so much that it's something that you shouldn't deny them of. And also it also has a lot of minerals and a lot of properties that helps in the formation and in the growth of snails. Now, cocoyam leaves is something you shouldn't also deprive your snails of because it has rich nutrients that helps in the growth of snails. Now, all that I've said, if you are to practice them, you will see an increase in growth of your snails in a shorter period of time. However, there are other greens that you can also rely on. So fuse them in with these particular ones that I've mentioned, but try your best to feed them more on these ones that I've mentioned. Any other feed that you know or have that you can use to feed them, try and feed them on that too as well. But make sure you fuse these ones with that one. So at the end of the day, make sure you practice or you follow these feeds that I've mentioned, and they help in the growth of snails and addicts. So this is a very short video as promised, and for now I think I mentioned a very important stuff that you should consider to get your snails to grow bigger and faster. So till then, till we meet again, it's a bye bye.